for your benefit and toward the success that we all know, at least my team knows, that you will experience once you get started with your classes this week. At orientation, you learned a lot about our individual programs, especially Longhorn Link and Gateway, but today we want to go a little bit more in depth about what all the center has to offer. You'll get a chance to learn a little bit more about program expectations. As Nog already mentioned in the agenda, you'll get to connect with your mentors and coaches. Our teaching assistants are also here to greet you. And then last but not least, you will have a chance to meet with Dr. Leonard Moore, our Vice President for the Division of Diversity and Community Engagement, and your professor for the required UGS 303 course, Cultural Intelligence in the Age of Trump. This is not a typical year, as you already are aware. We are all going to have to work a little harder together to make sure that you all are getting everything that you need to be successful at the University of Texas at Austin. And what this means is that you must communicate. You must read your email, you must respond, attend as much of our programming and workshops that are required or relevant to where you are on campus and what you need. Everything that we planned for you this semester was planned with helping you be successful and just with you in mind, okay? We are practically gonna be 100% virtual in terms of our services. However, we will have some drop-in hours all semester long on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 10 o'clock a.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. So somebody will physically be on campus in the event that you need to come up to campus or you need to use a computer, print things, or if you just need a space in between commuting to your classes, to your hybrid classes, to your in-person classes, to your online classes, we want to be a hub for you. So with that, I won't take up too much more time, and because we have a lot to get through, but I just wanted you to know that this entire team, which you'll get to meet in a few minutes, we're all invested in your success, and whatever you need this semester, we're here for you. Okay, thank you, No.
Thank you, Tiffany. I'm glad, and just an update, hopefully we can get our homepage up and running to share the office hours and everything that's available to you, and to really build a community online so that y'all can feel like we are here for you, and also that it's a home away from home-ish, right? Because some of you are home. So yeah, and then, opening remarks from Dr. Leonard Moore. He is the Vice President for the Division of Diversity and Community Engagement. And hopefully today y'all will get a kind of taste of what UGS 303 Cultural Intelligence in the Age of Trump will be run. And I will hand it over to you, Dr. Moore.
Thanks, Norm. Thanks, Dr. Tillis. Hope you all are doing well. I'm back in my office for the first time in like 5 months. So I'll be teaching my class from here in my office, but good to see everybody. It's crazy. I'm used to standing in front of 500 students, but now I'm standing in front of a small webcam. And so a couple things I want to point out. Like Dr. Tillis said, this year will be unique. It'll be different. But I want you to kind of, reframe how you think about it. So I think many of us are thinking about, being at home, everything being virtual. We're looking at it as, oh, wow, why did this happen to me? This is my freshman year in college and things are jacked up. Don't look at it that way. Frame it another way. Look at it as an opportunity to learn some new skills. Number one, to learn some new skills. And number two, look at it as a privilege that you all are going to be the first group of college students in many ways who are going to have to fully adapt to this new way of learning and this new way of connecting with people. I'm of the belief that COVID-19 has completely changed the game. And I told my wife, because doing things by Zoom now and virtually, I could basically live anywhere as long as I got my cell phone and maybe a little camera, something like that, and a microphone. I can teach my class anywhere. Similar to you all, because you're learning virtually, we may be in this for a while, where you may take a couple classes in person, couple classes online, but don't look at it as, why did this happen to me? No, look at it as, hey, I'm privileged, I'm gonna learn a new skill set, and I'm gonna be ahead of the curve more than the students coming behind me, and definitely the students who are above me. So I want y'all to do a thing. I want y'all to do one favor. I want you to go to your nearest window, and I want y'all to look out the window, and I want somebody to tell me what they see. Because if you all are looking out the window, you all should see the same thing. All right? So I'm going to give y'all a couple of 30 seconds to look out the window. I want y'all to come back. And Nong, I don't know if they can talk or they can put it in the chat, but I want them to tell me what they see. All right?
Thank you.
Somebody got to talk back to me because I can't.
Yeah.
I got to communicate. Somebody got to talk back to me.
Gotcha, Dr. Moore. So everyone
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Y'all can, I'm going to stop the share now. Y'all can feel
All right.
free to exit full screen and do the gallery view so you can see who's in the room. Feel free to walk over to, while you listen, walk over to the window and look what's outside.
Let me know what you see. I'm going to give y'all 10 more seconds because you all should see the same thing. I know what I see when I look out the window, but you all should see the same thing. All right? Who we got? Who's going first?
So y'all can feel free to unmute yourself and share. And there's a lot going on in the chat. So.
All right. What y'all see out the window?
There's a bush blocking my window.
There's a what?
A bush blocking my window.
There's a bush. Okay, what else? What else? Who else out there?
I saw my
see
neighbor's
trees.
house.
See a neighbor's house. What else?
I see
Lots of
trees
trees.
outside my window.
Trees.
Yes, sir.
All right. So nobody sees that big old object coming toward their window?
The UT Tower.
UT Tower, all right.
Yeah.
So let me tell you what you should see looking out your window. And what you should see this 100-car freight train coming straight at you, and it got a big G at the front, all right? That's what you should see. And what I'm talking about is that what's coming down all of us, what is bearing down on all of us, is this thing called globalization. If people thought globalization was a big deal 3 years ago, guess what COVID-19 did? COVID-19 just kicked it into overdrive. And what I mean is that more than ever now, we are in an interconnected world, all right? Because understand, companies now, many employees have been working at home for 6 or 7 months. And some companies said, I think Facebook or Google said, their employees aren't coming back to the office maybe till at least the summer of 2021. What does that mean? What it means is that job competition for all of us just got a lot tighter. Meaning, if I work for IBM and I've been working at home and it's been effective and I don't have to go into the office, why wouldn't IBM send that job to some other place across the world, all right, where the people may be more talented, more hungry, and may do the job, maybe for a little less wages? So my point is, with this globalization piece, we have to make sure that we are marketable to companies and institutions, not in Houston, Dallas, Lubbock. You'll get that. But I'm saying, how can you be marketable to companies in Australia, in parts of Asia, West Africa, South Africa, Central Africa, parts of Europe, parts of South America? That is what our goal is. And I think what we're going to spend time on this semester is we want to prepare you to be competitive. Hear me now, not just in Houston or Dallas, but when you graduate 4 years from now, we want you to have crazy options, all right? I got a young man, you all will meet him in a couple weeks, named Jay Sanchez Concepcion. Houston ISD High School, finished at UT 2015, came to South Africa with us 2014, a Latino kid out of Houston. Parents never went past the 4th grade. He comes here, goes to South Africa with us. He's hooked. He gets a degree from the business school. And check this out. 2 weeks ago, he just got accepted to the MBA program at Cambridge University in England. Now, if you know anything about the world's top universities, Oxford is 1, Cambridge is typically 2. So here's a Latino kid from Houston. Parents never went beyond the 4th grade, but next week or 2 weeks, so he'll be starting his MBA in Cambridge. Again, folks, we got to be globally competitive. The second thing I want you to understand is if Google has all the content for all your classes, all right? Google has all the content for all your classes, all right? The challenge is, it's not just important to be knowledgeable, because Google has all the knowledge. The challenge is, what do you do with the knowledge that you have? And so we want to help you all think. We want to help you all, in many ways, become analytical. And this is how this works. Your fall semester and your spring semester, you're just taking classes, right? But young people, the summer after your freshman year, the summer after your sophomore year, the summer after your junior year, what you do in those 40 weeks or those 42 weeks, how you spend that time will determine what kind of options you have once you graduate. So in the center, we don't believe in going to summer school. We think summer school is a waste of time. Going back to Houston Community College or the Dallas Community College District or Austin Community College in the summer is a complete waste of time. Get your credit hours in the fall and get them in the spring. And in the summertime, we're going to study abroad. You're going to go to Cape Town with us, Dubai with us, or China with us, or you're going to get an internship. Silicon Valley in the Bay Area, oil and gas in Houston. You may work on Wall Street, New York City, or you're going to may work on Capitol Hill. So I can't emphasize that enough, how you spend your summers. Just come into UT and get a degree is not enough. And here's the deal. Because we're in this new economy, and I want y'all to get this. I think this is super important. Because we're in this new economy, grades aren't as important as they used to be. Now, do not misquote me. Grades are important. But because we're in this new economy, employers are more interested in wanting to know what you have done. And I'm going to give you a crazy example. I have a daughter, 11th grade. She got a job at the Round Rock Sports Center. On her resume, she put on there, she had been to South Africa, she'd been to Cape Town, South Africa, stuff like that. Do you know the person interviewing her had a 2-week vacation in Cape Town, South Africa? So guess what happened during the interview? All they talked about was South Africa because they had something in common. And of course she got the job. And so folks, I'm telling you, it's not all about grades. And I know for some of us, that's difficult to digest because in high school, it was a race. Oh, what's your class rank? And I understand it's important, but it's a different game now. Employers want to know. Employers aren't interested in knowing what classes you've taken. Employers want to know what kind of experiences have you had? Because they're thinking if this person has some unique experiences, they can help us as an organization, as a business, as a nonprofit, move the ball down the field, all right? So folks, this is how we roll. I'm excited about teaching. I've embraced the technology. Hell, I may teach this class from Dubai one Monday or Wednesday, all right? Any questions at all before I let y'all go, before I get out of here?
Dr. Moore, do you want to say anything about the class?
Class, okay, yeah, let me give y'all something to think about. So I made this statement last week. I want y'all to hear the statement, all right? Take me out of it. I am just the messenger. I want y'all to reflect on this statement. Here we go. It may be in the best interest of Black people that Trump get reelected. Put a period right there, all right? And we'll come to that. We're going to deal with that on Wednesday. The class is so important because we've got to learn how to deal with people who look different than us, and we also got to learn how to engage with people whose views are different than ours, because you will not be successful getting mad at somebody because they see the world different than you, all right? And the one thing I've noticed with a lot of successful people, they do not know how to manage racial issues. Do not know how to manage them, all right? A lot of us avoid the conversation, but I'm here to tell you the people that understand culture, the people that understand how to connect across cultures, how to connect across ethnicities, and connect across races, those people will be successful in moving forward. Now, this is even more important as the world becomes increasingly global. Me and Dr. Walker, you'll meet him probably Wednesday. We were in Dubai back in December. And it was funny when you get a global perspective, because we had heard all this nonsense about Dubai and it's oppressive toward women. So we had this idea in our mind, and they said when you go over there and you get on the subway, they make the women ride in a separate car by themselves because, they're not equal to men. So me and Dr. Walker, we get to Dubai, we get on the subway. Do you know why they have a female-only part of the train? Anybody want to take a stab at that? Why they have that?
Again, feel free to unmute yourself.
Is
And
it because of like men taking advantage of them, like to feel like more safe?
Thank you. Women are not forced to sit in that part of the train, but there have been so many instances of sexual assault on crowded subways, the Dubai government said, well, let's create a separate part of the train just for women so they can feel safe. Now, women can sit anywhere, but that part of the train is just for women. But understand this, from a U.S. perspective, what had I been taught? That, oh no, this is oppressive towards women. So that's why, folks, cultural intelligence is so important. And so that's why we're going to spend 14, 15 weeks dealing with it. And hopefully at the end of the semester, you will be comfortable being around viewpoints you don't agree with, you don't necessarily share, and you'll be comfortable having what some people call difficult conversations around race and ethnicity. All right? Dr. Nong and Dr. Tillis, that is all I have for today.
thank you, Dr. Moore.
All right, thank you all.
I hope that y'all got a short introduction to who Dr. Moore is and what he said. Hopefully you're thinking about what he said and bringing that to lecture on Wednesday, and then also bringing that your voice and your opinions to Friday discussion. Thank you, Dr. Moore.
Thank you.
All right. Now we are going to transition to LCAE tutoring services with Dr. James Brown. Dr. Brown, would you like to share your screen? Or do you have a screen to share?
Yes, I do.
All right, go ahead and do that.
All right, let me just talk for a minute. I guess you guys can see me up in here, right? Is there a speaker view?
Yes, there is.
Okay, so I click on this. Will it enlarge my view on your screen? Is that what happened? Anybody know that?
Not for everyone, but for you, Dr. Brown.
Oh, okay. So I want to see my lovely face, right? All right, so now I see you, Nam, lovelier than me. All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to UT. My name is Dr. James Brown, and I'm the coordinator for our academic success program here at UT, known colloquially as tutoring. And specifically, we focus on STEM subjects. So, you know, calculus, chemistry, biology, physics. So we provide 9 tutors in those areas. I supervise them. I hire them and train them and supervise them. And these tutors are just like you, except they're students who've been through the courses in previous years. So I hire somebody who, my ideal candidate for a tutor is somebody who actually accessed our tutoring services and was helped by those services and made progress, and then I approach them about being tutors themselves. So when you're sitting across the table with someone, or virtually in a Zoom room with someone, that person is a student just like you. All right, so let me show you how you access our tutoring services. First of all, they're free. That's one thing to know. You get as much of our tutoring time and tutoring services as you want. There's no limit. The only limit is the fact that these tutors are students themselves, so they're going to only have so many hours they can be available to perform tutoring and help you with your subjects. Okay. Other than that, it costs you nothing. So let me share my screen first and show you how you access our tutoring services. All right, can everybody see my screen? You can see it's the agenda, right? Can everybody see it? No,
Yes,
can you see it?
Yep.
Okay, fine, great. So this is how you access our tutoring services. You go to the UT homepage, and the upper right-hand corner is a search window. See it right here? I just typed in LCAE right there. You type that in, it'll take you to this next window. Okay, and you go to the very first entry in that next window, and that takes you to this one, which is actually it will take you to our homepage for LCAE. And then you go under academic support and pull down and you'll see tutoring. That takes you to the next window, which is this one. Okay, so there are 2 ways of accessing our tutoring services. The straightforward way, the easiest way, is just to go down to the bottom of this window and look at the office hours. Now this is drop-in, but it's drop-in for Zoom. It used to be drop-in for places on campus before the pandemic hit. Now it's just dropped into Zoom. So a specific Zoom room, this one right here, is the one that people drop into for all these subjects. So if you need help, for example, with just say intro statistics. Now I've since modified this, and we had some problem with Zoom, so it's not fully up to date with the changes I made. It'll be there by Wednesday, hopefully. But right now, if you need help with intro statistics, SDS 302, SDS 320 AM, other stats courses, you can come on Monday or Wednesday for drop-in hours. Just come over here and find the day and the time, and then you just select this Zoom meeting ID, put that into your Zoom client, and it'll take you right to a Zoom room where one of our tutors is waiting for you. Somebody there who can help you into statistics. Okay, so you may have multiple people trying to access the same room at the same time. That's okay. We just have the tutors form breakout rooms. And they'll take the stats people into one of their breakout rooms, or the chemistry person into another breakout room. There's plenty of room on Zoom. So that's the way you access our services, just for drop-in. You don't need an appointment for that. You don't need to book anything. Just drop in on this day within one of these hours, and you'll find someone in that room waiting to help you in math, or which is calculus primarily, stats, chemistry, organic chemistry, biology, physics, economics, and accounting, and psychology. Those are all the subjects that we offer support in. Okay, so that's how you do drop-ins. Let's talk about one-on-ones now. So one-on-ones or appointment or booking is how you access the tutors individually. What you do is you book time with them, and they'll be meeting you on Zoom during that day and hour that you book with them. And once again, they're free also. You can have as much of the time as you want, or as they're able to make available to you. So the way you would do this is, let's say you're once again taking Stats 302 right here. So you find the course you need help in for one-on-ones. You find Stats 302 right here, and go over here and look at all the tutors that can support you in Stats 301. SDS 302, sorry. And I'm going to pick Grace out right now because I went and checked out her webpage, and she's brought it up to speed. So Grace Good would be the person that you select. All these other people can be selected too, but she's the one I want to select right now. So once you select that name for the person who can help you in that subject, you go up here to their contact information and just click on, there's Grace's name, click on this right next to her. This is a bit.ly link. Click on that, it'll take you right to her registration page. You can book me page. So we'll try that right now, okay? Just clicking on it right now. It takes you something called You Can Book Me. That's the application we use for all the bookings we have for students and for our tutors. So this is her book me, You Can Book Me page. There's her name. She has a little bit of an introduction, and then she shows you the days of the week starting yesterday. This is the whole week coming up. So those are the days from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. in the morning. So a booking start at 9. If you look, you hover over this, you can't see, it's kind of grayed out. You can't select it. That means either she's not available or someone else is already taking that slot. So you have to search around for slots that are not grayed out like that. Aha, look at this. There are several down here from 6 to 9 p.m. on Thursday and Friday. She's got availability. Okay, so once again, you're trying to set up one-on-one booking with her. So she has just you by yourself. So I'm looking at 6 p.m. on Thursday, so I'll just click on that and watch what happens. So it takes you to the actual appointment page. This is where you supply all the information. So you're booking Thursday, August 27th. This is already coming up at 6 p.m. 1 hour booking slots is what you can do. You can do another slot if you want. Nobody else is there and she's available. You can book her for a second slot. It's up to you. So you give her the information, your first and last name, your UTE ID, your email, phone number. And then she wants to know what subjects you need help with, because she's supporting all these subjects. She can't just have you walking off the street, virtually speaking, and expect her to answer questions in all these multiple subjects. She's brilliant, but she doesn't have that much information stored in her mind. So what she's asking you to do is tell her what subject you need help with. So you just click on it, and that gives her something to go and prepare, to study and prepare for our meeting. Furthermore, so you click on all the subjects you want help with, that you will be covering your tutoring session. And then she asks you specifically, in that coursework, what specific topics do you want to cover? So you click in here and just type something. Definition of uncertainty.
Dr. Brown, I don't want to be
Yes.
that person, but I just want to remind you to
Okay, I
that
understand.
we still have some speakers.
I'm almost done. Okay, so you verify you're a real person, not a robot, and then down the bottom you click confirm booking, and it goes on and makes a booking for you, and it sets up that 1 hour or 2 hours of meeting time with her. Okay, so I'm done with sharing right now. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. This is how you access us for drop-in and also for one-on-one. All right, Dong is pushing me out of here. Let me give you so we talk about academic success, right? Let me give you 2 pieces of advice. I'll make them real quick, real short. Piece number 1, the thing you have to do at being at UT versus being in high school, you have to be successful at UT. Number 1, go to office hours. All right? Number 2, find and join and be actively involved in a study group. The tutors that we offer through our program can become your de facto study group. Okay? The reason you have to do that because your competition, they're already working in study groups here. So you want to be at a disadvantage. So hook up with our tutors and form virtual study groups with them. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Dr. Brown.
All right, I'm done.
Now let me share my screen. Our next speaker today is from the University Writing Center, Dr. Alice Batt. Alice, please feel free to introduce yourself and I will share your screen for you.
You bet. All right. And in fact, I guess I need to share my screen, but let me talk to you guys for just a second. Hi, I'm Dr. Bott. I'm with the University Writing Center. And I think you guys are noticing a theme as we go through here, which is successful students ask for help. Okay. I've seen a lot of students come to UT and sort of hole up and think they have to do it all themselves, or they have this idea that asking for help is weak, or that asking for help is cheating. And that's all bull, right? Because the students that do the best are the ones that seek out all these amazing resources we have on campus and take advantage of them. So I will show you in just a second, tell you a little more about the Writing Center. Can I also say, I took Dr. Moore's class that he offered for faculty and staff this summer. You guys are in for an awesome, wild, wonderful experience this semester with him. The course he taught for us, it was just like a generous thing to do for faculty and staff. It was a course on the Black experience and it was stellar. So I am so excited that you guys get to do cultural intelligence in the age of Trump. I think that's going to be really good and I wish I could be there for it. Okay. So the Writing Center. What is a Writing Center? It's a place you can go on campus at any point in the writing process and get help with your writing. And you've already paid for it, right? Dr. Brown said, you know, services are free. Services are free at the Writing Center too. It's already like wrapped into your tuition. So you've already paid for this service. You want to make sure you take advantage of it. You can come in the day you get an assignment in class and come in and sit with a consultant and brainstorm about it. You can come in when you're working through your draft and you've hit a point where you're kind of like stuck and you just want some feedback so you know, like, what do I need to think about before I move forward? And you can come in again to polish it. If you want to talk about grammar and mechanics, our consultants can help you do that. So we help with the writing at any part in the process. It's free, it's paid for. And the people you're going to sit down with are all students like you. We hire between 90 and 120 is what the number varies in the course of the semester. Students, graduate students and undergraduate students every year. Which also means at some point you might want to think about, is the Writing Center a place I'd like to work? What I'll say is that our consultants who go on to other jobs say that working for us is one of the best jobs they've had, and that it teaches them really important things that they then bring into the workplace. And it's not all about writing. I mean, what it teaches is how to sit down with a stranger and have a conversation and build rapport. It's about listening deeply and problem solving in collaboration. So if those are things that interest you, you may want to come to our October 1st open house. We'll be posting the link for that to our website and check it out, because in the spring, we have a course called Writing Center Internship. It could be one of your first internships on campus, where you take the course and then in April, you intern for 6 weeks. So you consult for 6 weeks with people and then you're eligible for hire starting in the fall. Okay, so just put that like in the back of your mind. But let me take you over to our website so you get a sense of how to share your, how to make an appointment. It's pretty straightforward. And I'm not sharing our actual website. I am sharing our, this is what our website's going to be in about 2 days. We're updating our website. Oops. Okay, so let me get rid of this Zoom thing. Do you guys see a website page? Nod for me. Yeah? Okay, great. So this is our new website, and it's really easy to get to the information you need to make an appointment. You can go to About, or sorry, up to How We Help, and you can click on undergraduate students. Okay, that's one way. Or you can scroll down a bit to How We Help Undergraduates and click on Writing Appointments. You'll notice too, we have a link here to handouts and other kinds of resources like videos that we have available to support your writing. You can ask your professor, hey, could we have a presentation? Or if you have a club on campus you're with, or even like your dorm, you could say, hey, we'd like a presentation on how to write resumes. We can come and do that for you. But for writing appointments, you click on, come on, clicking on Writing Appointments. Yes, you can tell this is the updated one. Hold on. I will go to the top. Maybe the link will work better there. Remember, this isn't live yet. It's going live in a couple days. Here we go. Okay, so down here by the pencil, you click on Writing Appointments, and it takes you right over where you can log in with your EID to schedule an appointment. We get really busy. Last spring, we didn't do as many consultations as we usually do, so our numbers last year were a little bit lower, but we usually do between 10,000 and 11,000 appointments a year. So that means by around week 3 of classes, we're really booked, and you wanna go ahead and get onto our website and make an appointment. As soon as you can, really, as soon as you have a paper assignment and you know you're gonna wanna come in and talk to us. I'm looking over my notes here to see what else I can tell you. Oh, hey, this is important. Okay. At some point in this presentation, I usually ask, who's written a paper the night before it's due? Right? And people, I get some sheepish kind of like, oh, thank you, Dr. Lewis. Me too, right? Okay, so you want to break that habit in college because the writing is going to be more in depth. It's going to be a lot more research based. It's going to be about you mastering what other people have said and then presenting it and then having a critique of it in really in-depth ways. So you want to give yourself more time, and I'm just going to leave you with that. So the Writing Center can help with that. You can help plan out your visits, and that helps you plan out, oh, I better have something done by the time I go see this person. Okay, Nong, that's what I've got. Welcome, y'all. Good to have you here.
Thank you, Dr. Bat. That's very helpful. And y'all, I was an English major and writing does get a little harder. So just be prepared for that, but know that there are, certain things to help you. And let me find my, all right. And then next up is UT Library Services with, that is the wrong name. Nope. Okay. I'm so sorry. Let me fix this while we have Anna Hackett come and speak to y'all.
Hello, everyone. I am not Dr. James Brown. My name is Anna Hackett. I do prefer if you just call me Anna. If you're uncomfortable referring to me by my first name, you may call me Ms. Hackett if you prefer, but definitely Anna is preferred. So I am the Information Literacy Librarian at UT Libraries. That means I work exclusively with first-year students like you guys. I love working with first-year students. You're kind of my favorite people. This is my second year at UT. It's my 6th year working with undergraduate students. And basically what I do is I work with you guys with all this raw talent you have, with all these skills that you built up in high school. And we start working on how to translate that into what will make you successful in college and after college. You might see me or somebody else in some of your classes. I'm going to show you a research guide I made for you guys that's going to help you start approaching research at a collegiate level. So I'm going to share my screen in just a second. Before I do that, I just want to say, I'm really happy you guys are here. I know this is a strange time, but we're all going to get through it together. And I also just want to say that you're not bothering me. You're not bothering any of the other librarians. None of the people at UT, you're not bothering us when you come to us for help. Sometimes that's a big fear a lot of undergraduate students have, that they're doing something wrong by asking for help. But just like Alice said, you're not doing anything wrong by asking for help. So I'm going to show you what I've created for you all. Let me share my screen. Okay, so this is the library website. This should be your #1 spot for when you're starting your research. Yes, we know Google Scholar exists. Google Scholar is a wonderful tool. Your library website has more for you. UT Libraries has over 800 databases, millions of books, maps, media. We have a ridiculous amount of resources that you are able to use, and once again, this is provided by your tuition. Now, if you hear over 800 databases and part of you kind of starts to panic, because how are you going to access and understand all that information? First of all, you probably will not use the majority of those 800 databases. And second of all, your librarians are here to help. Before I show you that research guide that I made for you, one thing I do want to show you is that this is our front page, lib.utexas.edu, which I will drop into the chat after I'm done talking. Right here in the front here, we have this coronavirus updates page. I know all of you are really good students, so you're probably the kind of people who like to do things like wander the stacks in the libraries and find books and explore. Unfortunately, that's not going to really be possible this upcoming semester. Those of you who are on campus or near campus will be able to order books for pickup at PCL, but unfortunately it's going to be fairly limited access in terms of being in the libraries and being able to go places. That having been said, we are committed to getting you guys whatever you need. That means we are building up our ebook collection. So if you're not near campus or you're off campus, we are working to build up that ebook collection, the e-resource collection as much as we can. And we're working with other libraries around the world to get you e-resources that they have. So I just want to show you this coronavirus updates page. We will be keeping this updated for you. I do have to say it kind of changes sometimes on a daily basis. So check back frequently. But let's look at the more fun things. So on this library website, there's this tab, Research Help and Support. And then under Get Help, there's this thing called Research Guides. These are guides created by librarians for either classes, subjects, or as I'll show you in a moment, groups on campus. You are welcome to explore these subjects. Maybe if you want to find the one on your major and see what that librarian has created for you. While I specialize in working with first-year students, many of our librarians specialize in working with specific subjects. So like if you're an accounting major, Loretta, the librarian here, she is both an expert librarian and an expert in accounting. So definitely come check out what she's created for you. Now for you particularly, you're gonna go to by type, then general purpose, scroll on down, and LCAE, that's you guys. This is a research guide that I've made for you. I'm gonna also drop the link to this direct research guide in the chat, but just remember you can easily access it from the library website. First thing I wanna show you, right-hand side, that's a picture of me holding a baby goat named Buster back in happier times when we got to hang out in places where baby goats just frolic around. I want you to look at these two links here. Like I said, I want to talk to you guys. You're not doing anything wrong by coming to talk to me. You're doing exactly the best thing, actually. We can talk over email, or you can choose this schedule appointment option, which will set up a time for us to talk over Zoom. And what you can use that time for is really up to you. If you have a specific question about how to do research, that's a great time for us to talk about it. If you feel like there's something you don't understand about how to do this first big research paper, but you're so confused by these 800 plus databases that you don't even know what question you should be asking, that's an even better time for us to talk to one another. You don't have stupid questions. I can pretty much guarantee that you don't, because in 6 years of working with undergraduates, whatever question you have, or even lack of a question, I've probably already heard it at least once. So you are on solid ground, no matter what. I don't want to show you this entire research guide, but if you look through here, there's gonna be some very useful options like finding and using ebooks. Like I said, it's gonna be kind of hard for you to get physical books unless you are on campus. This is gonna be an explanation for how to find those ebooks through our library website. Also things like evaluating non-library sources. Google's a wonderful tool. There's a lot of weird stuff on Google. Make sure you aren't citing and using the weird stuff in your papers or really just in life. And also if we look under help with writing, citing, and public speaking, there we see our friends at the University Writing Center. So yet another way for you guys to get in contact with them. And I know a lot of you probably get very concerned about sources, how to cite them. Here are some helpful sources for you to work with there. So that research guide is really the most important thing I want to communicate to you today. If you know how to get to there, you're really good. Remember, research help and support, research guides by type, general purpose, and then you scroll on down and find you right there. The other thing I want to show you real fast, because I know we're very short on time, is as you go around our library website, you're going to see this chat option. You see, even when I move the page, that chat with us thing stays with us. That is a service exclusively for people with UTIDs, so you guys and our faculty and staff, etc. This is a chat service manned by librarians. Here you see our hours. If you need a question answered immediately, this is a great place to go. Especially things on like Sundays when a lot of people aren't checking emails, go to chat and try to get your answer back there. One thing I will say, when you log into chat, we can't see who you are. You're just a collection of letters and numbers. So if it is a point where we need to get in contact with you afterwards, maybe to send you a list of sources we found for you, please tell us who you are and give us a way to contact you. It's really heartbreaking when we have these wonderful resources for somebody and then we're like, but who was it? They left. So please remember, we can't see who you are. You're just a collection of letters and numbers to us, in chat anyway. So I did originally want to demo how to find an ebook, but it looks like we're kind of short on time, and I know we have another speaker. So just once again, please feel free to reach out to me, even just to say hi. I'm gonna drop also my email address again into chat. And otherwise, you know, I'm just really excited you guys are here. I'm excited to hear about the things that you're curious about, things about ways I can support you. And I think that this semester, though very strange, will still be a really successful one for all of you guys. So
Anna, I think I'm the next speaker, so I can give you my time. I don't need a lot of time to say what I'm going to say. So if you want to go through your demo, please feel free to do that.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. I won't take more than a minute or so.
No worries.
What I just wanted to show you guys was, let's say you're in your first class and you need a book for that class and you're off campus. What you're just going to do to find that, we're at our library website again. Let's say this is the book you're looking for, which is a great book, by the way. We search for our title. I put it in quotation marks because I'm telling the service that this is a group of terms. It's not just a bunch of random words I put together. We search. And as you will see, it gives us over 105,000 results. That's a lot. Now you do see that for this particular search, it does show up in the first reading available online. A lot of times it's not going to do that. So let's say that that's not what happened. So what you'd want to do, come to the left here, resource type. Then we go to books. And then we see there's gonna be a lot of physical books here, but once again, we're pretending right now that you're off campus, you can't get to a PCL. Under show only, there's this option available online. And that's gonna restrict it to all the e-versions of that book. So for this particular first one, just say view online, and here we go. one thing the reason I chose this one is I want you to look at the text below. You would imagine that an e-version of anything could be accessed by anybody, as many people as you want. However, due to licensing and contracts, frequently you will only be able to have one person or two people, three people, etc., access the book at a time. So if you come here and it's not available, just wait for a little while. And then when that person who is currently using it logs out, you'll be able to access that book. Otherwise, all you have to do is click this link. It will take you directly to the full text of that book. Now, I said that we are building up our access to e versions of everything as much as we can. What that does mean is that sometimes we are entering into partnership with other libraries to get you access to things. The most frequent way you're going to see this is sometimes for journals, books, articles, etc., you might see something saying full text may be available at HathiTrust, and that's a digital library that operates worldwide. I want to point that out because it's kind of irritating that it doesn't show up under a view online option. Instead, it's up here under the title. So remember, if you're looking for an e-resource, usually it'll have that view online and then taking you to a place like EBSCO where you can read it. If it doesn't have that, remember to look up under the title, and it may have that option saying full text may be available at HathiTrust. Now, I do go over this process in our research guide, so don't feel like you have to have memorized that entire thing. Totally fine. And if you have other questions, remember chat or feel free to email me. Thank you. And that's all I had.
Thank you, Anna. So I hope that y'all are more familiar with the library system. I know that every university does it differently, but we want to make sure that y'all are, ready to go, especially with Dr. Moore's book on the way and everything else that comes with being a student at UT. So with that being said, I know we have 11 o'clock scheduled for a break, but it looks like we're running out of time, so I'm going to put everyone in there. Oh, before that, sorry, Tiffany, if you want to share really quickly about our lending library.
Yes, briefly, because I know I'm standing in between maybe a break. I don't know. Nong, are you scratching the break?
No, yeah, we're scratching the break, so no
Okay,
breaks today. I'm
okay.
sorry, y'all.
Really quickly, we have a wonderful lending library in our center that's available to all students. And I'm so sorry, y'all, my iMessage on my computer is like going crazy. Lots of students are texting about their classes, so I want to apologize for all the dinging in my background. But anyway, we have a wonderful lending library that's available to all students in the center. The lending items include textbooks, computers, iPads, clickers, although there's no need for a clicker since you're not going to class. But in the event that you ever need to use things like that, you can definitely come to our office for that support. Our website, which is currently being updated, it'll be ready to go first thing Wednesday morning. But there's a form on our website that you can access. If you need, there it is. Nong's pointing it out for you. You can click there to request items that you need to help you be, basically help you be successful throughout the semester. So if that's something that you feel like you're in need of, you don't know where to go, we are one of the many resources on campus that you can tap into for services. All right, that's it.
Thank you. Thank you, Tiffany. And so that's just another resource for y'all to take advantage of. And now I'm going to break y'all into your groups. And hopefully we can get back together and do the mentors panel. So I'm opening all rooms, please join. And if you are not in the right room, just please let me know. I believe it's just the staff members that are in the main room. And a couple of students, I believe it is Mohammed, Rodney, Caesar, and Emma, and Christopher. I'm not sure which program you're in. If you let me know, I'll put you in there.
I'm an LLP mentor.
Oh, okay, awesome. Let me put you in there. All right. Who else did I not get? Emma? Oh, are you, Emma, you are an LLP mentor.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Christopher, are you also? Okay, awesome. Sorry, don't know y'all's names. I do know your faces though. And then Mohammed, or the person with Mohammed's email, Mohammed42321.
Oh, sorry. My thing was muted.
Are you an LLP mentor or?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, awesome. And then Caesar, are you also an LLP mentor?
Yeah, I'm a LOP mentor.
Okay, awesome.
No, I accidentally got kicked out of the Gateway group. Can you put me back in there?
Mm-hmm.
Please, thank you.
All right, y'all, I have to jump into my room, but I will be right back.
You want us to stay?
Y'all don't have to stay. Feel free. Izada, I put you into a room. Y'all don't have to stay, but I have to go and give directions to my room.
Okay, have fun.
Thank you. I will try to.
Thank you, Nom.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you, bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Hannah and, oh, Alice.
Or off campus, but near the university.
Hey, everyone.
Oh.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just want to let you know, I want to spend this time to have the Gateway mentors introduce themselves. Unfortunately, I am the facilitator today, and I'm a host, so I can't really go between both. But why don't y'all take the next 5 minutes to just introduce yourself, mentors, and give them a warm welcome. And can we start with?
I can.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead, Don. Okay.
Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name's Gray. I'm the president of Gateway Mentors. I've been a Gateway Scholar since my first year. Yeah, a little bit about me. I'm an RTF student, so I study film. What else do I like? I'm a foodie. Yeah.
So textbooks are weird because of licenses. What department are you in?
Ed Psych. Educational psychology.
Do you know who your liaison librarian is?
I do not.
Okay. Ryan Sutton, and if you drop your email address in the chat, I can figure out who your liaison is and then talk to them, and they are the ones who can work with you on how to provide access to that textbook.
I'm dropping it right now, and I'll drop the course as well.
Perfect.
And this is
from Austin. So luckily, you know, if you guys have any questions, I'm hopefully here to answer them. I know a lot of people are moving in from like Dallas, from Houston, you know, from different parts of Texas, from the 956 for sure. And if you guys have any questions over like resources around campus, I know, you know, you guys didn't get the full experience to go around. Feel free to let me know, and I can for sure help you guys find what you guys need to find. I'm a third year business finance major too. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know.
I'll go next. Oh. I'm Jalen. I'm a junior and I'm a marketing major. This is my second year with Gateway. I'm local. I'm living in West Campus. So if you guys need anything, always feel free to hit me up. I'll do my best to have whatever you need. About me, I'm a big soccer fan. I work for the soccer team here, and and I'm just really excited to meet you guys.
I'll go next. Okay, sorry, go ahead. Oh, my bad. I'm Dearnay. I'm a fourth year design student. This is my third year with Gateway. Fun fact about me is I love to cook. So if you want to talk about anything cooking, I love the British Baking Show. Been binging it forever. But yeah, I'm super excited to meet you guys. So.
Okay, I'll go next. My name's Alejandra. I'm a third year accounting major. This is actually my third year with Gateway and second year mentoring. So I'm really excited to get to meet all of you guys. It's such a fun experience. From Austin, so if you ever need anything, just let me know. I'll try to be helpful. And yeah.
Hey guys, my name is Arleth. I go by she, her, hers. Well, my pronouns are she, her, hers, and I am a rising sophomore. This is my first year as a Gateway mentor. Last year I was in Foundation Scholars Program, which is kind of similar to Gateway Scholars. I am a government major and the Mexican American Studies major. So if you guys need anything, I'm here to help.
I can go next. I'm Ahnor. I'm a sophomore. I'm a chemistry major, and I'm on the pre-med track. So if y'all have questions about that, like definitely hit me up. I'm also from Austin, so like if y'all need anything, like I'm here and I can try to help y'all. I'm also a first like year mentor, so I can't wait to like work with y'all. Yeah.
I'll go. Hi, I'm Aubrey. I'm a second year nursing student, and I know there was quite a few nursing students, so I can be of help in that way. This is my first year mentoring, and I really love breakfast food, so if anyone wants to talk about like pancakes, I'll totally be down.
Hi guys, my name is Fatima. I'm a third year. I'm from Houston, but I'll be in Austin this semester. And I'm a studio art major on pre-medical track. So if you have questions about art or sciences, hit me up. And I look forward to meeting all of you guys.
So like I tilt their head back like they're at the shop.
Yeah.
And then they're so worried about getting it in their eyes and ears, so I put a towel over their face and they hold it there. And then I wash it down like that. I think that's a lot better because the kitchen sink method, you laying them down, you trying to support their head, you trying to do this, their backs are, it don't look fun.
Dr. It wasn't. It wasn't.
You can't do that.
I think that's all of us, right? Sorry, I know that seemed like a lot of people, but
Oh, wait, I'm here. Oh, hey guys, my name's Adriana. I'm a third year corporate communication major. I'm from Dallas, but I'll be going back to Austin because I can't study here. All my siblings are right here, so I can't do it. But if I'm also ULN, so if y'all have any questions with that, and I will, since I'm gonna be in Austin, if y'all want to talk about anything like study abroad as well, I can help y'all with that since I was able to do that last year. But yeah.
All right, everyone, I'm going to share a site real quick. So the Gateway Mentors program has their own website right here. If y'all want to get to know them more, read more about them, and these mentors are going to be in your UGS 303 classes. So you will get a chance to hear from them, just their opinions about, the class and things like that. And we will be having a short workshops archive. It's not ready just yet, but it will be up. And so thank you, everyone. I'm so happy to see everyone again, and I'm going to break us back into the big group. So y'all have about a couple seconds to come back and also talk to each other.
Between that and trying to break the naps with that comb and that neck going back, you're like, how am I not supposed to scream?
Students are coming back, y'all.
Oh, I see him. I just did a poll with the students. My bad.
Okay, my bad.
I'm breaking the professionalism of this. Dr. Sutton, y'all, don't mind me.
Are you still holding your baby, Dr. Sutton?
I am.
Aw. Aw.
So sweet.
She's such a good child. She's
2
not crying.
months.
Oh, man.
Yeah, 2 months old.
How are you sleeping?
What?
How are you sleeping?
What's that?
I remember this. Oh, darling.
All right, everyone's coming back. So while I make this spiel, everyone, so we have our mentors panel. If everyone can turn off their camera at this point. And what I want you to do is click on that little arrow next to the start video. Go into your video settings And under meetings, right in the general, no, wrong, sorry. In the video tab on the left, right under meetings, there's a hide non-video participants. So to just make easily facilitate the mentors panel, go ahead and click that hide non-video participants checkbox.
No, everybody was doing it.
Could you repeat how to do that again, please?
Yes, make sure you are also muted, but next to the start, so everyone, we're transitioning into the mentors panel. There's a little area, make sure that your video is off, and then there's a little arrow next to that start video button. You wanna click that, click video settings. And on that under video, the tab on the left side, there is a meetings section. Make sure that you make sure the blue check mark is checked for hide non-video participants. And so make sure you do that. Hide your video, mute yourselves. If you don't, we will see you on the screen. Gray, Rahina, Tanisha, and Jacqueline, if y'all can keep your videos on because you are part of our mentors panel. So hide your video if you are not part of the mentors panel unless you want to be on video. Did y'all get that?
There's some folks in the chat that are having a hard time.
Okay, let me explain again. So if you can mute yourself and also exit out of your video. And what you want to do is that little arrow next to your start video button. You want to go to your video settings. And under that video, you want to hide non-video participants. So hide non-video participants. Thank you so much, Manor. Manor put some instructions in the chat. That's okay, Pia. Some people will see you, but most people will not. And so after that, I want y'all to go into gallery view, and you should be able to see all of our panelists in addition to Christopher. Christopher, are you also a panelist for the mentor panel? Okay, awesome. And that's okay if you want to be on video, it's okay, Christopher. All right, so let's get started, Alicia.
Great. Hey, everyone. Thank you all so much for setting up your video settings for the panel. I want to make sure I get everybody's name right on the panel. So we got Gray, shout out. We got Tanisha. We got Jackie or Jacqueline, whichever you prefer. And is it Regina or the Rahina?
Yeah.
Regina? Okay, great. So welcome our panelists. What we're going to do is I'm going to ask a few questions that I've come up with that hopefully can help all of you in your transition to your first year. And then after that, we're actually going to open up the panel so that way y'all can ask any questions you have. So please start thinking about some questions now, okay? All right, and then panelists, feel free for any of you to respond to the questions. You don't all have to respond to every question. Just whatever you think you can speak to. So starting off, what was something that you struggled with in your transition from coming from high school to becoming a college student?
Do you want to go? Oh, okay. I think one thing I struggled with was that I felt sort of small because my first year I didn't get accepted into the Cockrell School of Engineering. So I felt sort of small, and then coming from El Paso, I felt that other people were better prepared. Some high schools were, crazy with resources. Mine was, intermediate with it. So I really felt small, and it was sort of hard for me just because I wasn't accepted to major of my dreams. But it was through joining orgs, and people would ask me like, oh, what major you were I'd obviously not on your resume though, but I'd be like, oh, I'm mechanical engineering, or at least I want to be, stuff like that. I made myself believe that, I deserve to get into the school, that I deserve to be here. So that was one thing I struggled with. I felt small, and at times you still will, I still feel small, even though I've been, I'm a senior. But, it's about believing in yourself and, at the same time, fake it till you make it. I said I was in mechanical engineering, and I got into a mechanical engineering class with permission from the professors, of course. So, you just gotta believe in yourself. So that's my take.
Yeah, pretty much what I was thinking as well. I think a big thing for first years, at least it happened to me a lot, was the imposter syndrome, like thinking you don't belong here. Especially with all of this being on Zoom, it's gonna be different and you're gonna feel out of place, I feel like a lot of times, but it's good to know that we're all learning together. And trust me, you do belong here. You're here for a reason. So just embrace it. Like, this is what's happening, and like, you're here, you got here. So that's the biggest step you could have done already. So I think just always keep that in the back of your head, and don't let all of this Zoom stuff and like big college, all of that overwhelm you, because it can. But just try to remember where you're at, where you're going, and you're going to be fine.
Gray and Tanisha, do y'all have anything to add, or are y'all okay?
I could just say, like, I agree with both of them, like a little bit, kind of feeling the same boat, but I guess being connected to mental health services, like if you feel like, oh, I'm not gonna like the fitting in and making friends and being more involved, like being more inclusive with the events around campus, even if you're shy or, oh, like I don't know, have anything to say, just sitting there, like participating so you can make friends and feel like you belong here, feel involved, find your circle, meeting different people, like networking maybe. And also just like the mental health services, like disabilities and stuff, just to feel like if you have if you need accommodations and stuff like that, they have that here for you, so you don't have to feel left out, like not included at all.
My biggest struggle, I think, when I had first came into college was being stressed and overwhelmed, like kind of trying to have to figure out through yourself introspectively, like what works for you in terms of practicing like self-care and, taking breaks and really taking care of yourself. Cause like this is the time when you can actually do that for yourself, like as an adult, And so, just me having to explore what that meant in terms of like, eating works for me or taking breaks while I'm studying, because there was a lot of times where like my anxiety was just to the top. And so, just kind of figuring out how to combat that, I think was important. And it's helped me a lot now in terms of managing stress and, lots to take on in terms of your load for work. So it helps with, I guess, work-life balance and how that is with studying and being a student.
Thank you all so much for your responses. I kind of missed introductions, so my bad. But if y'all can go one by one, I'll go ahead and call on y'all, and you can say your name, your major, maybe what year you are, and where you're from. So Regina, can you go ahead and go first?
Yeah, so my name is Regina. I am from Brownsville, Texas, and I will be here at home this fall. I am a third year speech language hearing sciences major. Yeah.
Thanks, Regina. Gray.
My name's Gray Gamble. I'm a fourth year radio, television, and film and communications and leadership major, minoring in LGBTQ plus studies because that's equally important. I love that minor. Yeah, I'm from San Antonio. I will be staying here for the fall. And I don't know all the rest of the questions, but I think that's it, right?
Thanks. Jackie.
Hi, I'm Jackie Villalobos. I'm a fourth year in mechanical engineering. I'm from El Paso, Texas, and I'll be staying home as well. Yeah, that's me.
Thank you. And Tanisha.
My name's Tanisha. I'm gonna be here in Austin. So, I'm a double major, social work and HFS, and I'm not sure if I answered all the questions. I'm a junior also.
Thank you so much. So again, this question's open for any of y'all. You'll see, I'm sure y'all saw some of our speakers that were coming from library services and UWC. We're talking about asking help, right? We also had a presentation on tutoring, right? The services that we offer. So I wanted to ask y'all, were there any times transitioning into your first year or even now where you were hesitant to ask for help or seek out services?
I can start. Yeah, definitely. I think it's a natural human thing where we're like, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. It's like, I don't need your help. Um, and I definitely struggled with that my freshman year. Office hours were scary to me because I just was scared of my professors for some weird reason because there's really nothing to be scared about. I want to put that out there. Everyone is there to help you. Everyone wants to see you succeed. There's not going to be anyone who's going to be like, tell you how to do it wrong or like, give you bad advice because everyone's here to help. Um, but yeah, I would say definitely my first year, I was so scared to go to office hours. And then after a while, I'm a big fan of office hours. I'll go to office hours all the time if I need to. So like get all the help you need if you need it. Like people are there to help you. And just a little plug to the Gateway mentors. If you're a Gateway scholar and you get a Gateway mentor, and even if you don't, and you need someone to talk to, ask one of these wonderful people over here and they can probably help you reach out to one of us. Just if you need some more like, I don't know, student to student, kind of thing where it's like we've been through what you've been through or what you're going through. So we may not have all the answers, but we can definitely get you answers and resources. And I think that's important.
Thank you, Regina. That's a great point. So she actually merged my last question into, which is what resources, either LCAE or through the university, have worked for you? So kind of a two-part question. When were times that you were hesitant to ask for help, and what resources did you end up seeking out?
Okay, I guess I go. I think a time I was hesitant, the writing center. So for one of my classes, I will always get like a low grade on the writing assignments. So they recommended the writing center. I know it's one in LCAE and then it's one in the PCL, but with everything on Zoom, it's gonna be a little different. I like the one that was in the LCAE office versus the one in PCL. So it's just about like, I guess figuring out what's best for you. And then also like Regina said, the student interaction. Like I'm also here if you need help, I can try my best or refer you to somebody that can help you. But it's just asking, I guess it's just like that fear maybe. It's like, oh, I don't want to ask them because I guess it's just the anxiety. But it's okay, like to ask for help. I had to figure that out myself. It's okay. Nobody's going to harm you or hurt you or make you feel bad or less or anything. Even graduate students, they're very welcoming and make you feel comfortable. So just don't be afraid to ask for help. And I'm here also.
I think my freshman year was the year I actually was really on it. I don't know what happened later, but I'm that type of person that if I have a question, I need to know the answer. So even after class, I'd go up to my professor and be like, oh, hey, professor, I don't understand this. And doing like, and I still do that. I did that this past semester through Zoom, and they stayed with me even afterwards and like explained stuff to me. So don't be, as Regina said, like don't be scared to talk to your professors because my freshman year I struggled a lot. I remember in chemistry there was 7 exams and I think I failed 3, like to be really honest. And I studied so much and I took notes and I highlighted and I did all this stuff. And I went to the professor during his office hours and I said, his name's Dr. Jagna. I was like, Dr. Jagna, like, this is what I'm doing. I keep failing. I don't know what to do. And he coached me through it. He was like, you're just studying this wrong. You need to do more practice problems. And, after that, I ended up getting like an A-level grade on the next exam. So it's all about, asking for help. And not only that, but going to office hours, I think, is so, so important. And it's also really cool because you get to know who's teaching you. My freshman year was the year that I made friendships with my professors. I like one professor I would get coffee with after class because I went up to him and asked a question. Another professor, he's been a mentor since freshman year. And, just go up to them. Like, I know it seems really scary because, these people have doctorates, it's like, but, we're all people. And think about it, like, if you had a doctorate, wouldn't you want to help those before you, So don't never be scared to ask questions, and a lot of good comes out of it because, some professors just recognize you all of a sudden because they're like, oh, like one time I was just walking up the stairs and then he's like, oh, hi, Jackie. I'm like, oh, hi, Dr. Neptune, because they just recognize you. So don't be afraid to talk to them, they're people too. And especially in these times, as Dr. Moore said, you got to really up your game in this, economy and time. So the more professors you know, the better. So yeah.
What was that? Tanisha, did you want to add what you wanted to say?
Oh, yeah. So I think Jacqueline said something about a class that has 7 exams. I don't know if it was chemistry. So keep in mind, I took chemistry twice, and the second semester I took it, I was really like, okay, I'm gonna talk to the professor, email them, stop being shy, stop being hesitant. And even though it didn't work out as well, I still had a good connection with that professor. So taking that initiative, like, don't be scared. Even with one of my other classes, I had took twice, and I ended up passing. Her name was Professor Hannison. Like, she's very cool. And I talked to her, and I was telling her like some of the fears that I had just coming to her. The actual professor one-on-one is just like, it's just me, and it just felt uncomfortable for a minute. But she made it to where we both could meet, and it felt okay. So it's just like, just reach out to them. They're people too, and they're not gonna bite. Like, if you feel scared, it's always other resources to get around that. So like, at least meet with them. And if you're just like, oh, I don't think it's gonna work out, or it's not really helping me, that's when the other resources come in. So don't just say, oh, don't limit yourself to just one. It's plenty of others. But yeah, that's I was like piggybacking off that because I remember that. I was like, oh yeah, I had to actually sit down with them. Also emailing them, like, letting them know if you don't want to see them face to face just yet, emailing them. Like, they're really friendly for the most part. Even the TAs, if you don't want to go to the professor, it's okay. The TAs are awesome too. Like, I was real cool with one of my TAs. Just, Zoom or whatever the case may be, it's really convenient. It'll help out.
Thanks, Tanisha. Gray, do you want to add something? And I'm going to go ahead and open the chat for everyone to feel free to post a question.
Yeah, sure. I can add just a little something. I mean, based off of what all three of them said, they're all absolutely right. And if you are too scared to go to your professor, highly recommend going to a TA. It's super, easy to have a conversation with them and get the answers that you need as well. But apart from that, my UTID. So that was really nice. And oh, am I okay now?
It's kind of cutting in and out. What were you saying about your UT EID?
Oh yeah, so I was able to put my preferred name on the front, and this was before I changed my name and gender marker. But another great thing is UT has, through their law program, a pro bono session with the MIThoff program. So I was actually able to change my name and gender marker through them at no cost, which was really great because it's a really expensive journey, or it can be, but UT was able to help me do that. And then with my professors, I actually talked to them because I had an interview for an internship that was happening last summer. And so I had never really gone to his office hours that much. Like, we weren't really talking. In office hours, it would just kind of be after class. But one time, I set up an appointment with him, and he was able to give me advice about like what to wear, like what I should reveal in terms of like the films I was working on, and like what would be good in terms of answering questions, or like where to draw the line in terms of too personal or not, but really there is no line because it's what you do and what you're involved in that counts. It's like showing your passion towards things. So he was able to give me a lot of great advice that really helped me ace that interview, and then I got the internship. So really they're there, you know, like everyone said, as mentors, as well as people that can give advice for things outside of class, but they can also help you with class as well. I just want to be, you know, want to remind you about that. They help with so many things.
Thank y'all so much. If anybody has any questions at all for our panelists, we'll go ahead and give it a minute or two. Please drop it in the chat. Also feel free, if you want to say it out loud and unmute yourself, that's okay too. But we'll go ahead and see if anybody has any questions.
How do you get free stuff on campus?
So there was the free resources on campus. There's also a question in the chat about getting books for class. Do y'all want to maybe address the books? How are y'all getting books?
Yeah, Mario kind of put his 2 cents in there, but Chegg is where I typically get my books, and you can order them. It's an online resource. You order them and they get delivered to you. I mean, there's Amazon books, kind of things like that too. Those are if you really want to get like cheaper versions of the book because they're out there and you want to look for the cheaper version. But I think the co-op is still selling and renting books, I believe. So that's a like starting place to look for books. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else has anything else.
I would say also, I know you guys are freshmen for the most part, or at least like first year transfers, but if you know any upperclassmen, or you know, maybe even a year older than you know, hit them up, be like, oh, I'm taking this class. Maybe they're not using that book anymore. Maybe they have their online textbook with them. So, you know, you can reach out to any of us. You guys know our majors. I think there's also a list. So you can be like, hey, I'm taking this class. I'm wondering if you still have this book. You know, if you're a mechanical engineer, hit me up. I'm not gonna lie, I think I have most books. Also, I think I also have like most books for like the first 2 years of engineering if you're mechanical, aerospace, or civil. So, but yeah, that's one big tip because I saved a lot of money, you know, by just asking upperclassmen. So.
Thank y'all. I think we have a time management question. So obstacles for incoming students, how do y'all manage your time? And some of y'all can speak out loud or some of y'all can type in the chat, either or.
Was that a question for one of us to answer?
Yeah, feel free to respond in the chat or verbally.
Okay, so for time management, I always get a planner every year. It works fantastic. Actually, thanks to Alicia, because at one point I wasn't doing time management too well. We actually had to sit down and have a talk. I think it was like my freshman year. And also I use like this little calendar, weekly kind of calendar planner. And then I box out all my classes and also when I work. So that way I can make availability to my mentees or whatever events that's going on. And then this for the planner for the most part is just like events that just pop up out of nowhere, like those emails. Because with UT, I'm telling you now, you're gonna get a lot of emails. And then by everything being on Zoom, this stuff comes, make sure you check your emails. That's like one of my favorite things to do. The planner, the weekly planner, my emails to see availability. It helps a lot, trust me. You'll get used to it. You have to practice it though. Practice make perfect.
Yeah, I'm a big planner person, so that made me really happy. I have a planner as well. I think this helps me a lot too. I know with everything switching online, a lot of people go through Google Calendar and stuff like that. I mean, that's personally not my jam. I like to write it down because I like to see what I'm doing. But a lot of people, I had like one of my roommates do that, and that helps them. You can block out like exactly when you're gonna eat, what class you have at what time, and all of that. So that's pretty cool.
Thank you all so much. Your mentors are going to be available for you throughout the rest of the semester. So these types of questions, you can keep engaging with them throughout the semester and also with your TAs for sure. Thank you so much, panelists. We really appreciated the time you took out today, and we really appreciated everything you had to offer the students. So thank you.
Do they have our contact?
Y'all can all of y'all can just type your contact information in the chat, and I'm sure they can make a note for it.
Alicia, may I make a comment to everybody, the students?
Of course.
Okay, so students, these are just a few of the folks represented on our mentor teams for both Gateway and Longhorn Link. I wanted to take this time to actually just reemphasize how important it is to connect with people. We are a little bit at a disadvantage because we won't be physically with one another, right? We're gonna be virtual and Zoom. So it's gonna be even more important now than ever for you to reach out and communicate if you're lost or if you need some support. This is a no judgment zone, okay? Everybody has been, or at least these students have been exactly where you are. So no question is a dumb question. Nobody's gonna think less of you because you don't know, because you figure you should know it. None of that is happening. So that's the first thing I want to bring up, is that you have to utilize your resources. The second thing is to communicate. So all of these mentors have specific instructions to reach out to you throughout the semester. And it's going to be important for you to do, like I mentioned earlier, and communicate, even if that means you're not available. So, don't avoid their emails. You have to respond to them and at least let them know, hey, Jackie, hey, Gray, hey, Tanisha, hey, Regina, I'm not available this week. Next week would be a good time. Or actually, you know what? I have a lot of mentors and, maybe we don't need to meet. Can I just reach out to you when I need help? So whatever you need, we're here to kind of meet you in the middle with that. But the key is to communicate, because if we don't hear from you, we automatically assume the worst, that you left or, you're lost and just don't want to say anything. So it's going to be important for us to communicate. And I just wanted to make sure you all knew that. And you can have their contact information. It looks like they're putting it in the chat right now. But keep in mind that you may also have another mentor that's represented on this call that will be reaching out to you. So if you have more questions, you can definitely address those questions with your your assigned mentor. All right, that's all I have. Thank y'all.
Thanks, Dr. Lewis. Nong, are you able to do the breakout rooms to meet the TAs?
I am not done just yet. I have 2 more TAs. But before that, I do have a couple of things to share that I cannot do currently. I do want to share a couple of things with y'all. Let me just do that real quick. All right, so y'all did not get to meet any of our amazing staff members today, and I wanted to just list them. If you are someone interested in maybe going into graduate school, we do have the McNair's program. If you are a Black or Latinx woman, we do have the Fearless Leadership Institute. Or if you're a Black male, we have the Human Sweat, or if you're undocumented, and so on. And so I just want to let y'all know that during the multicultural mixer, we will have, and it will be through my Zoom, I think everyone has my Zoom, and I'll send a reminder about this, but we will have our initiatives and programs and centers available for you all to connect with over Zoom. And this is really a way for y'all to get to know them more about what they do, how can they support you throughout the semester. And it's not a, come during this first time to learn. It's open to you at all times, any times, if you need help. And then let me share another thing. If you are a first generation college student, meaning, sorry for the really bad pixelated photo, but if you are a first generation college student, meaning you are the first in your family to go to college, and this exclude, your siblings. If you have siblings that have gone to college, you're still considered first generation. We do have a kickoff event on September 5th, and will be more of workshops. We also have an online center that you can be a part of, and I believe some of our mentors are already a part of this online center. Can y'all see that? So we have an online center where it's full of information and things like that. I will try to put it in the chat so you have that available, but there's a lot of support for you all. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the rooms. Ilse and Liz, y'all be a little patient with me. I did not get everyone just yet, but we will put you in your rooms right now.
No. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, would it be helpful if we actually did staff introductions to give you more time to arrange the last 2 rooms?
Yes, that would be very helpful.
Because we have, to the students, we have all of the team members from the Longhorn Center for Academic Excellence represented today. And so we're just going to do a quick round of introductions so you can get a sense of who we are and what we do, in case you are interested in any of these other initiatives in our office, okay? So if we could go around, Dr. Brown, I think you've already been introduced, so we'll be skipped. But Dr. Sutton, Dr. Walker, Dr. Dieter, are you all around?
Yep, I'm here. My video is shut off though.
Okay, we need to turn your video back on.
Yeah, feel free to turn your videos back on and alter your video settings again to allow non-video participants back in view.
Hey, I'm back in the building. So I'll go ahead and start since I just got on. My name is Dr. Devin Walker. I direct the Office of Global Leadership and Social Impact. So all of our international engagement, study abroad programs, that falls under my leadership. I also direct 2 fellowship programs, one called the Global Student Fellows, which is for students who come back from their international experience and want to do more, super excited, want to get involved, want to give back. So we give them some programming. And then the other fellowship program that is recently launching this year is called XP3, Life, Work, Impact. And in many ways, it's kind of what Dr. Moore was talking about earlier. So it's not accessible to you all as first years, but during your sophomore and junior years, we highly encourage you all to get involved with that program. You all will see my face a lot. I'll be helping out, teach the course on Wednesdays with Dr. Moore. So excited to get to know you all.
Okay, Dr. Dieter.
Yeah, thanks for having me. My name's Eric Dieter. Another of the directors in the Longhorn Center for Academic Equity. Specifically, I am the director of the Gateway program. So I work with NONG to make sure that that runs the way it's supposed to run. I also direct our McNair Scholars Program, which is a federally funded program that gets students into PhD programs. So if you're interested in postgraduate research, get a hold of me and we'll talk about that. Ilse, one of our fabulous TAs, was part of that program, so she is a good resource as well. And then Taylor and Henry are fabulous TAs who actually work on the McNair program with me. And I should have said Liz is a fabulous TA who works on the Gateway program with Nong and I. And then I also direct our college to career portfolio. So these are a series of programs. Right now you're in this huge transition from high school to college. So this is a series of programs that helps you transition from college into whatever comes next. So we have pre-law, we're working on pre-med. We have one for business, which is a paid internship with the University Co-op where everybody buys their books. They are still selling books. So go over and check them out. And all kinds of other things. So if you need anything, I'm going to put my email in the chat here. Please feel free to reach out. Normally I'd have an open door policy, but nobody has doors now. So I have an open Zoom policy, an open inbox policy. If there's any way we can support you at all, go ahead and let us know how. Great. It's good to see everybody and have a great semester. Take care of yourself and take care of each other.
All right. Is Dr. Sutton still around? He may have had to leave. Okay. Cindy, is Cindy in the room? Okay, she's not here. And the last person I think, and from our full-time staff that you all probably have not met, is Sakina. And I doubt that she's here. But those 2 young ladies that I just mentioned, they are our administrative and business operations. So they are very important people to our team. All of the money that it takes to run our center and to make sure our students are comfortable and that their needs are met, they are in charge of that. And so if you ever get to meet them, either in the spring or next year, just introduce yourself and let them know who you are. Okay, we'll check with Nong now to see if the rooms are ready so that you can meet your TA and the graduate assistants that are a part of our center. Nong, where are we on that?
I have a few students still, but we are about ready. So I'm going to open all of the rooms. And for those who aren't assigned yet, just let me know and I'll put you in your room.
Okay.
All right, so okay, I have a lot of unassigned. Give me one moment to do this. Ulysses, you are with Liz. Tanisha, do you want to go in with, whoops.
Send Tanisha with Alicia.
Yes. Willie, where are you? You are with Liz. Melody. You are with Chelsea. Manor, do you remember who your TA was? Was it Chase?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I don't know where Chase is, but I think I assigned Chase to Selma. I'm doing you next. That's not the right one. Selma, you are with Chase. Lexus. What is your name? You'll say. Stephanie. Stephanie, what's your last name?
That might be Stephanie from LLP, one of the mentors. So you can send her with Alicia.
Okay, awesome. Edward, I think we had a class conflict. So why don't you stay in here with me, Edward?
How many people do you have left now?
Just a couple more.
Okay.
Let me see.
Anything
Liz. What was that?
Anything I can do to help?
I don't think so. I think that it's just a matter of signing people.
Okay.
Assigning people now.
Okay.
Which is pretty hard to do. So. Is with Chase. Is Tiffany, can you join or go into Chase's room to see if Chase is there?
Can you send me there? Sure.
Yes. And I'm gonna send you there too, Taylor, just in case.
Wait, where are you sending me?
To Chase's room.
Okay.
I'm not sure if Chase is here yet. He said he could come later. Jacqueline, I'm gonna put you in Alicia's room.
What do I do if he's not there? Just facilitate?
Yeah, and kind of give them the rundown of UGS 303.
Alrighty.
You don't have to.
Chase is there.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. You don't have to. I don't remember. Okay, y'all, I'm trying to get through the rest. Please be
Nong, I've
patient.
put a few of the ones in chat as I've looked at them to try and find them to help out.
Okay, awesome. I cannot see chat right now. Rodney, you're a mentor. I'll put you with Alicia. Elias. Okay, I think Mohammed, are you an LCAE? You're an LCAE, I mean LLP mentor, right?
He is. So if you want to send him with Alicia, that'd be great.
Okay. All right, so I think we only have Edward. You are the only one who was not in the class. I think it was because of your
Schedule.
yes, the schedule conflict. And I think we have Ryan in here. Ryan, Vic, I see you. I'll put you with Alicia. And I did not open a room. Wondering if we can. Okay. I can't open a room. Open an extra room. But that's okay. No, I want to open another room, but I don't know how.
Is it just one more student now?
Yeah, it's just Edward. And Edward, I believe you couldn't take the class because you were taking a writing course, right? A creative writing course.
Exactly, yeah.
Awesome. Well, do you want to be okay, it's probably won't work, but I'm going to put you in a room with Liz just because she is the person who oversees our Gateway mentors. But if you can just join them and I will hop in, I think it will be very helpful for you to just get to know the individuals who are also part of the Gateway Scholars Program.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that everybody?
Yes, and Stephanie is
yeah, that's Stephanie Roman. You can send her with Alicia.
LLP.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, who was that?
I think
Michelle, did you say something?
Yeah, I said she's in LLP.
Yeah, you can send her with Alicia.
Okay, she hasn't joined yet, but Stephanie, when you come back, you can join.
She probably walked away.
Yeah, but okay.
On the phone, I think, not the computer.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to go check in with the meetings. Feel free to do the same. This was a very hard process, but hopefully we get used to it soon. There needs to be a better way to do this.
Nong, when you're later, teach me how you pre-assigned people to breakout rooms, because that seems really like a useful function.
You have to, so if you can, yeah, I can do that. Or I can do that right now. What you can do is either manually put students in, which is what I was doing, or you can automatically break them into specific rooms. And so it does look a little differently depending on how you do it. What I had to do was start early with the manually. Yeah, so.
Yeah. Because there is a function, I know, like, you can pre-assign people, so when you open up the room, like they're already pre-assigned, so when you click a breakout room, they'll go to that. Well, I'll figure that out later. I had to do the same thing last semester.
You could, if you go, I don't know if you can do it on the application, but if you want to go on the browser version, there's a way you can upload a CSV form, and then with everybody in the rooms where you want them, and then I think that's how it does the pre-assign.
Oh,
That's
man.
amazing.
I should have done that.
It's okay. No, you did a great job.
Yeah, you did great.
You did really good.
All right, I'm gonna go join the rooms now. Feel free to mingle, y'all.
Are we supposed to stay here? Because this is the last thing they have, right?
We do have a little bit of a office hours right after this, but I plan to be there, so y'all don't have to if you don't need to, or if you don't want to.
I think I have somebody who needs office hours. They've been texting me the whole time.
Michelle, are you in the Big Brother house?
Yeah. Do you watch Big Brother?
I do. My friend is actually on the show this season.
Really talk about community norms as a group. So actually, I would really love it if all of y'all could message me personally on Canvas with kind of both your hopes for the class and maybe any fears or anxieties you might have about the class. I want to do this in an anonymous way. You also can message me right now privately on the chat and I'll save it. But just I want this to be a collaborative effort, and normally I would ask y'all to like write it down anonymously, but we can't do that. So if you could send me that in advance, that would be great, and then we can kind of incorporate.
To be a very interesting course, especially during the time that we're in, and we're about to approach an election, and so it's going to be very exciting. Our discussions on Fridays are going to run 50 minutes long, and basically what they're going to cover are lectures and readings from the week. And so you guys, if you haven't had a chance to see the syllabus, the two books are I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter and A Dream Too Big. Has anybody read those books by any chance yet? No, not. Okay. They're really, I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter. I actually started that.
Make sure you mention your time that you're in, because they do teach multiple sections.
Okay.
So just be like, I'm in this class, and I just kind of want to get an overview on the class, and see exactly what I need to do in order to be successful in your class. Usually they're going to be like, yeah, no problem. I actually enjoy the one-on-ones. I get kind of shy whenever there's a lot of people and I don't ask questions because I think my questions aren't that smart, which is not true, but you just feel more comfortable one-on-one. So I tend to do one-on-ones. 9 times out of 10, they're going to text or email you back and be like, yeah, of course, and set up a time according to both of you guys' schedule. And once you get there, honestly, it's just a matter of like, hi, my name is la la la. I want to see what.
Depressed. All right. Yeah, we definitely want to talk about these things for sure. Okay. Yeah. Overwhelmed. All right. Not ready. I'm not ready either. Classes start Wednesday, right? I'm not there yet.
This year, I was just binge watching a bunch of movies, and I'm like, I feel very stressed. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I think I would hide. No, basements creep me out. I think in the attic or something, and then just be quiet, like be very careful, and then just make my way to the ceiling as well, and then I don't know. Yeah.
What did I walk into?
Oh, we were sorry, Nat. So we were, our icebreaker question was if you were in a horror movie. Or Nat, do you want to say it?
Oh, so if you're in a horror movie trapped in a house with a serial killer, and they leave at dawn, so you just have to wait it out, where would you hide and why?
Well,
Nong, where would you hide?
I don't know if I would hide. I think I'll fight back as much as I can. But sorry you have a smaller group, Ilse, but I'm glad that y'all are having a more intimate conversation. I'm going to hop out now, and I'm going to leave y'all with your horror story idea.
Thank you.
Are we supposed to be under your TA section, like in groups, or is that not like set up yet?
I don't think that's set up yet. I could be completely wrong. Nong, do you know about that?
Yeah, so you are supposed to be set up, but what happened was Dr. Moore kind of merged all the classes together, so you all are back into one big conglomerate, but you will see the difference very soon. Maybe by tomorrow, you'll see that everything has changed. So sorry about all the things. Everything is give us a little bit of your patience, because things are really different while we do things online this semester. But yeah, you will be separated.
Thank you for answering that, Nong. I hope that answered your name or your question, Catalina. So yeah. Any other oh wow, we're
Oh,
already
I'm
close.
sorry. That was not supposed to happen. Oh my goodness. How do I stop this?
I have no idea, Nong.
Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Don't return to the main session. I accidentally closed it early. I'm so sorry, y'all. Oh my goodness. Wait, how do I stop this? Don't put people back in the break. I'm sorry, y'all. I kicked y'all out early, and I wasn't supposed to do that. I hope that y'all got some questions answered. Thank you for rejoining us. Like I said, I ended the breakout rooms a little earlier than expected on accident. But thank you for coming back to the big room. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I brought y'all back into the big room on accident. Do we want to go back?
Yeah, we were in the middle of a conversation.
I'm so sorry. I accidentally pressed. Okay, I'm gonna move everyone back. And then let's take about like 7 more minutes if y'all are okay staying a little bit behind.
Yep.
I'm so sorry about that, everyone.
Hey, Nong, is it okay if I just stay in my breakout room with my students for a few minutes and not be brought back?
I don't know how that's gonna work, but sure.
Okay, thanks.
Julian, Stephanie, feel free to go back into the breakout rooms. Again, I apologize for that. All right. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. How was your weekends? I was telling Michelle that I watched The Lords of the Rings this weekend, and I did live in Middle Earth for the whole weekend. All right, so we'll give them about 5 more minutes, and then we'll bring them back here for the big group. Dr. Walker, will you be here for the office hour-ish minutes thing? You are muted if you're trying to talk.
Okay.
Will you be here for the office hour? Just like a couple minutes for students to get their questions answered if they have any.
Sure, if you want me to.
You don't have to, but we would love your presence.
I'll be here.
All right. And then what about you, Dr. Dieter?
Yeah, I can hang out.
Okay, awesome.
Until 1.
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna go back into rooms and I'll be back out into the big room. Hopefully I don't close all the rooms this time.
Point. But so if you want to do, this one is, I believe, this one is the, cultural in the age of Trump. And then if you wanted
or two, just to kind of catch up on things that maybe I missed, or you're constantly being reminded and you don't have like 50 emails at the end of the day that you're trying to catch up on, and maybe you're missing something. So I would definitely encourage trying something like that, checking every hour. And I know that being on the POM squad, you might have a lot on your plate all at once. I was a college athlete my freshman year of college, and so I definitely understand the balance of having to, be.
I like it. It's nice.
And how long did you live in Japan for?
6 years.
Wow, that's awesome. And what do you plan to study at UT?
Social work.
Social work. What's everyone else planning to study? Could we maybe put that in the chat?
It was like how you.
Amanda, what were your thoughts on the class?
I'm really looking forward to what Dr. Moore has to say for this year, because I really enjoyed it last year and it really got me.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to hop in and just say that Chase, for some of you, Chase is your kind of placeholder TA. Some of you will not see him on Friday, unfortunately, because Chase is amazing. But you will see your actual TA on Friday. Don't forget, you do have class. And I believe Mario and Arleth are your TAs. For some of you are your TAs for your classes. So sorry about that. And now I'll be hopping out after I look at your chat to see which programs y'all are in. Art history is a good one.
Victoria, can you speak a little bit more on the study arts?
Really happens. So I really encourage for everyone, to feel comfortable to talk about these topics. Hello, Nom.
Hi again.
For the group projects that we do, we can be able to come to you for help, right? If we have any questions.
Oh, Liz, what happened?
I don't know. I just really love them. So I think you guys will love them too. Just enjoy the class. And
Awesome. So some of y'all have already come back. I'm gonna wait a little bit more and for most people to come back, and then I will give my closing statements. All right, so thank you so much for staying behind for a couple minutes, everyone. And I want to thank you for your time, for joining our our kickoff today. It's definitely weird doing everything online, but I'm really happy to see some familiar faces and names, and I'm very excited for you all to start classes on Wednesday. Of course, we are here to answer any questions you might have right now. But otherwise, I hope y'all have a restful Monday and a restful Tuesday before. I don't think you'll be restful because books and everything needs to be purchased. But good luck with the rest of your break before the first day of class. So thank you everyone again for coming. Y'all have a great day and happy almost first day of class. Again, we have some staff members here. If you have any questions, we are here. Thank you, Victoria, for your message. We are here if you have anything to ask about, and I know I have a meeting with one of you later today. So if you have any questions regarding classes, more about books or anything like that, some of our mentors are here to answer your question also.
For actually one of my classes, Nong, because I think it says that my bio is at like 9 to 10 lecture on Wednesdays, but I know we have the UGS on Wednesdays at 10.
So your bio is 1 to 10. I'm sorry, 9 to
9
10.
and 10, and then so okay, but it's probably better like more private, of course, because I feel like there's so much people looking at me.
Yeah, let's. And I just wanted to tell this for everyone, right? When it does say back to back like that, like a 9 to 10 and 10 to 11, what it actually means is that class ends 10 minutes before that ending time. So instead of 9 to 10, it's actually 9 to 9:50. And so, yeah, UT they have to work on that yet. And they are working on to change that because it does cause a lot of confusion. But just know that you do have 10 minutes of passing period from Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You have 10 minutes of passing period. And then on Tuesday and Thursdays, even though it says like 9 to 11 or something like that, you actually have 15 minutes of passing period. So if your class ends at 11, it actually ends at 10:45.
Okay, well, yeah, thank you for like clearing that up because I was about to send an email, but I was like, might as well just ask here. Okay.
Yeah, no, and that's something that everyone, even I, when I came to UT, I was just like, why? How am I supposed to get to my class on time? But yeah, no, it's definitely a weird thing, but hopefully it clarifies a lot of questions for a lot of students here.
Okay, all right, well, thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. And Alicia still has her students, but if y'all want to break into any rooms and ask questions, I'm more than happy to do that. Or you can put your questions in the chat.
Okay, so if your class doesn't have a day or a time, that means it is a recorded class that you can stream at whatever time you want to. So that is not a live class. It is one that is recorded that you watch at your own time. As long as your personal email and UT email are linked in the system, you're good to use either. However, whenever you log into things like Zoom, you want to make sure that you use your UT EID. And if it tells you you don't have permissions for something, it's probably because you're trying to log in with your non-UT email for whatever it is. So just if you run into any login issues, make sure it is your UT email that you're using. Sometimes that'll help.
And I just want to share a little bit of a tip. What you can do to kind of link your email is whichever one you use as like your primary email, you can set up what they call a forwarding email. And so all the emails that go to your UT email, if you want to like forward any emails to your personal email, you can do that. Or you can just leave them all in two inbox. I definitely recommend having two different ones, but that's something else that you can also do. got your question, Willie. Any internship jobs available during this semester or the next one? Dealing with data management entry? Yes, hire UTexas or hire Longhorn is your to-go-to place to upload your resume. Hire Longhorn is now Hire UTexas. Thank you for that, Michelle. I did not know that. And so, yeah, you can do that to put in your resume and look for jobs specifically to the ones that you want. So in this case, data management or entry, that does look differently. Some of the, and Willie, I know we've had this conversation before, so we can talk about this at a different time. But as Manor, thank you, Manor, for putting that. Upcoming jobs internship fairs, we have so many in, I believe it's late September and early October, so look out for those emails. And if you can't find or if you don't have time to go to those one, you can definitely go to the career fairs in spring, which is I think in February is when they have most of their career fairs. And feel free, if staff and TAs know anything, or if mentors know anything, feel free to chime in also.
See, Cassandra, I'll send you a link in the chat.
Sorry, I'm answering my phone things. I'm reading Cassandra's text. Thank you, Michelle, for giving that. Pia, your question for core requirements, can I take a science class from different fields of study? I'm reading this real fast. Pia, I'm gonna break you out into a room with me and we can talk about this real quick. When we do that, we are going to join Ilse's chat room. So Ilse, don't feel like you have to join. I'm just gonna move Pia. No, actually, yes. All right, I will be right back. And Michelle, you got this.
Okay.
Thank you. Hey, so
Hey,
I'm good. How are you doing?
good, good.